Inasmuch as an artist might be focused on one medium of expressing their art, many a times some artists can't resist the creative temptation of venturing into other ways of creating and expressing their art. The bigger story in Lorna Waweru's journey is visual art, but in between, we encounter some jewelry and recycling art. Let us check this one out. When talent is discovered from an early age, then an artist spends their years cultivating the skill and edging closer to perfection with every art piece they make. The story of Lorna Waweru is no different. From an amateur child with just the talent in painting to an all-rounded pro painter, she is the perfect example of the power of experience.
My name is Lorna Waweru. I'm an artist. So I do various things. I paint, I make jewelry, and I also create content. I started being an artist from when I was a small child, when I used to scribble on walls, being the notorious kid, you know. And also in school, a large part of me used to draw behind my exercise book and stuff like that. So my talent grew the more I practiced. So I was not always a good artist. It took time, practice, and also collaborating with other people, visiting studios, meeting new people who also do art. So that played a big role in my talent.
To broaden her horizon in art, Lorna has also ventured into crafting jewelry and recycling of waste into art as part of branching avenues where she can still express her creativity.
Professionally, I started making jewelry, and my inspiration is when my sister took me to one of these events where people make jewelry. So when I visited one of the vendors, I got really inspired, and I thought to myself that maybe I could teach myself, and that's what happened. So I taught myself with a single necklace. Then it went on doing my research on different ideas of how to interpret the design. The idea behind the recyclable art, I was inspired by through doing the exhibitions. I started in 2021, putting my work out there in malls. So when I sell the jewelry, the paintings, you visit other vendors, you see what they are doing, and somehow like you get inspired to try different things. So because let's say if paintings are not selling that well, you think to yourself, okay, what else can I create that can also be able to sell?
The artist oozes proficiency in painting as she describes the tools she uses to create some of her pieces, each with a unique story behind its conception to its execution, created through a process she follows meticulously.
I use paints, mainly oil paints, acrylic paints, and sometimes I do mixed media where I use materials like beads and CDs. When I was painting on the bottles, I learned how to use the abstract patterns, and so I decided to use it on this painting. And then the funny story of this frame, it was to be used for another painting. Then the glass broke, so I wondered what to do with it. So I decided to stick this and add another little piece of art down here to create another piece. You know, you create something out of broken pieces.
Once done with the painting, proper marketing channels are used to get her work out to her clients. Chiefly, exhibitions, she admits, are the more effective in accomplishing this cause. As such, it has been her business to attend as many as she possibly can.
When I'm displaying in exhibitions, their clients will pass by, they admire your artwork, and that's how they get to purchase, or they ask you if you can do a portrait of someone, then you discuss the agreement like that. Or sometimes even through social media, you can post, then someone asks you if you can do a portrait of their friend, and that's how you get your money. I think it's important to attend exhibitions because, for one, it builds your confidence. I know me, I'm introverted, like it's the last place I would imagine myself to be, but I took up the challenge. And on the first exhibition, I was shy, but with time I learned how to interact with clients, with other artists, and it gives you motivation because, you know, sometimes when you work from home, you feel like you're isolated. But when you're there, you see there are people who are doing what you're also doing. So it really builds you up as an artist.
The artist advocates for art education to be introduced to the curriculum to ensure that young talents are nurtured, and calls for equal opportunities for both established and upcoming artists.
To allow art to be appreciated or to be included in the system, I think it should be like a curriculum that is included in schools. Like children are given the opportunity to learn about art, and it's included in the education systems. And then in the professional sector, I think there should be more opportunities for exhibitions, even for like the startup artists. Because I realize like sometimes most opportunity, but this is just my opinion, like most opportunities, it finds those established artists, but there are those artists like me and others who have not yet been recognized. So if we have opportunities where we can showcase our work, whether we have experience or not, then it can create a door for people like that. I have a page on Instagram, on Facebook. So I have separate pages for my artwork. So my art page is called Lorna Waweru Art, and my jewelry page is called Dhakara Bidari. Yeah, because Dhakara means beauty in Kikuyu.
That there is a mixture of different types of art combined to form a beautiful cocktail.